Alright, so today I'm going to tell you why you should not LS swap your BMW, really pretty much any car. Okay, so the LS swap craze has hit the internet. It's been hit for a while. And I get the question daily on the channel, LS swap this, LS swap that, more than daily, many times a day. I even talked to my old mailman, and he had a CTSV, and he's all into LS this, LS that. I've had some experiences with LS1 and LS2 stuff. I used to do Corvettes a lot. I haven't done that in 10 years. So when I left that, the big thing then was LS1 and LS2 stuff. My experience with those engines, it is a cheap built engine. It is. I'm sorry. If built correctly, they could hold up to high horsepower at a factory state. They could hold up for a short time to high horsepower. So the question my old mailman had, he had a CTSV. He's telling me, I seen him at Walmart, he's probably watching this. Seen him at Walmart the other day. He's going to buy a BMW E39 M5 and swap a LS into it. I said, well, okay. I hear this all the time. E39 M5 right now sells for about 20, for an okay one, about 20 grand. Those engines are fairly reliable. They had rod bearing issues, but that wasn't until around 100,000 miles you had to do that. So you had to do it once in the lifespan of the car. Other than that, you know, that engine didn't really have a lot of issue. It was fairly reliable. Made what, 397 horsepower. You could put a supercharger on it. You could do some other stuff to it to make it have more power, etc. To swap a LS engine out of a Chevy, Corvette, or Camaro, or whatever, of a truck, whatever your fancy is. From what I've seen on the internet, to get the subframe pieces, to get you have to use the transmission for the LS or the bell housing. It was a mixed match deal. You had to use T56 if it was a manual. I guess a Power Glide or 4L80. I don't know what anymore what they use. 4L80E probably. By the time you do all of that, the average cost and that's about $15,000. In fact, a lot of people, even other YouTubers that are doing swaps, had more like $20,000 in it. So $20,000 in it. That's if you don't turbo or nothing, just the basic LS swap, and then it's the LS. So when you go to sell that, and we've seen the same thing. I used to do RX-7s, FD RX-7s for a living too. When you go to sell that, that car isn't worth anything. We see people trying to do E65, 750, and 645 or 745i swaps with LS engines in them. And you see the car on Craigslist that runs and drives, and they can't sell it for $1,000. They can't even give it away. So I'm not going to tell anybody not to do it. Is it a bad idea? Yes, it is. It's a terrible financial decision. An LS will still blow. I could vow for it. An LS still blows up pretty damn easy. Really easy, actually. That's why I stopped doing them. The GM transmissions are not. You have to build the transmission, you have to build the engine, then you're in at $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 just to make something that makes more power than especially an S62 would make. But S62, if you do rod bearings in it, you could do it yourself. You could do it for a few $100. You could do it in the car. You go all out, maybe you spend $1,000 on it. Maybe you take the crank out and get it turned. Maybe you don't. I don't know. You know, and it makes 400 horsepower, and it can actually make it and keep making it. You know, a stock LS makes about that, but you start modding much at all on it, you'll be out there flooring it. You know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. I can tell you right now it's gonna happen, because I've been down that road. Out there flooring it, like, man, this thing just feels like it's not making the power anymore. Compression tested, it's low on compression on one of the cylinders. Or you go to start it, and you're like, sound like it was is this thing knocking? It goes on and on and on, you floor it, and it just grenades. That's the story of those. The transmissions, horrible transmissions. If you haven't had a 460 or 480 LE, you don't know what horrible is. Maybe if you had a Ford Power Stroke, maybe you know what horrible is. Transmissions of those are even worse. The BMW transmissions overall are pretty good transmissions. You just have to service them. You just have to change the fluid every 40, 50,000 miles. That's really all those transmissions demand. The 6 speeds, if you're super rough with it, what was that, Get Rag? I can't remember anymore. I sold a few of them. They end up breaking over time if you're really rough on it with 400 horsepower S62. As far as switching like to something like this, I've even seen people do E60 swaps with LS's in it. You know, facelift E60 is still worth quite a bit of money. This car's still worth $8,000, $9,000 with this many miles on it. You put an LS in it, well, go ahead, I dare you. Go ahead and do that. Put it on Craigslist, put it on eBay, see what that car brings. You couldn't give it away. So it's a bad investment. You can do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell anybody to do it or not to do it. That's my opinion of it. That's my knowledge of from owning a bunch of LS cars. I don't even know how many. 10 LS1 Corvettes. You know, on and on and on. BMWs, hundreds of them. I don't even know how many BMWs I've owned. That's not the correct way to go. So that's my take on it. You guys ask me it every day. Take it as you will. Do what you want. We'll see you later.